Hello again, my fisheries related friends in the Maldives and abroad. I'm Ali Naeem and I am recording this video today, the 18th of April in the year 2019. This is a continuation of part 1 of FAD rope splicing video of yesterday. In this video, I hope to present the second part by compiling some of the remaining clips on the works I have recorded on my mobile phone. I'm sorry for not being able to present this in a professional looking way. Then again, the objective of this video is not to create a good video, but only to offer a guide for those who may wish to know how we terminate the ends of the special kind of nylon wire rope for the purpose of mooring FADs. I did not give much thought on a video like this while I was shooting on my mobile phone as the work progressed. I only meant to record some clips. But now I realize I kept changing the orientation of my phone in landscape and portrait mode, which I now realize is a mistake. So the second part of the video will look even worse than the first. As I try to stitch together the clips I have, my colleagues look as if they seem to be working lying down rather than upright. I know there are video editing software that can fix this, but unfortunately I do not own any such. For that reason, I compiled the first part using all the videos I had taken in landscape orientation and therefore had to skip some parts of the procedure that should have been included in the right sequence to enable a better understanding. Although this video may be difficult to watch as some clips are recorded in portrait mode, I hope the process can be followed by looking at what is presented here. Yesterday's work was on making an I-splice on the wire at the center core of the rope. That actually is the easy part. Today we shall be looking at what needs to be done from where we left off yesterday. Here my colleagues are applying silicone sealant over the splice section of the wire wrapped with nylon monofilament line, the process we saw at the end of part 1 of the video yesterday. The reason why this work needs to be done carefully is because all our FAD moorings being deep water ones, we are limited to having to utilize single point mooring where failure at any one point along the entire mooring line will result in the loss of the whole FAD system. In working with the steel wire core of this rope, it is of utmost importance to ensure the thin wire strands along the section where the protective plastic sheath is removed for splicing are adequately sealed to avoid water ingress at depths to which these are subjected to. Any leak of salt water into the wire core will result in corrosion of the thin strands of steel wire within a short time span. Over the years, we have learnt not to overlook seemingly minor, but nevertheless crucial aspects of the entire FAD moorings. That is the reason why this work requires diligence. Careful application of silicone sealant along the I-splice is crucial. 2 coatings are done to ensure no part of the wire is missed and exposed. Before the silicone sealant starts to cure, wrap Teflon tape, that is thread seal, over the entire section of the silicone application. 2 successive rounds in alternating directions will ensure a reliable seal. After winding the 2 layers of Teflon tape, carefully wrap Scotch tape over the Teflon tape. This is an amalgamating tape that bonds to itself when wound with a little tension applied. This is an added security for waterproofing this section. After the scotch tape layer, wind 2 layers of electrical insulation tape around the entire length in alternating directions. The purpose of this layer of electrical tape is to provide a smooth, non-binding, slippery surface finish to this section over which the nylon strands will be rebraided, as we will see later in the video. If the braiding is done over the scotch tape, the fine nylon filaments will tend to stick to the rubbery surface of the scotch tape, which would make the work more difficult. Here are the 3 types of tape being used in this process. And this is how it looks when complete up to this point in the process. Here, you hear my colleague explaining in our language the 8 feet, 2 feet, and again 2 feet, total 12 feet markings on the rope, which of course we saw in the part 1 of the video.
Then the photo kanda ida.
Photo fashion the photo. Me.
Then where would call the photo? Other photo.
Now the eye splice is complete. There actually is no splicing involved here. The strands are not tucked underneath each other. This way of doing the eye loop in the wire is more advantageous in our case. Next would be weaving or rebraiding of nylon rope strands over this section, and that is for tomorrow.